Hi friends, and welcome to Decorate Your Life. This is part 2 of my envelope mini album tutorial for beginners. I will be leaving links to part 1 and once it's uploaded to part 3 in the description area below. Enjoy the tutorial.
Okay, so now that we have all of our pages done, and there are 6 pages, and each one of these pages has a tab, and each one of these tabs you can pull out a photo mat. We are going to go ahead and build our binding and our covers. And just a little note or a tip, there was a reason why I left the building the covers and the binding to last, because number one, I wasn't sure on the amount of pages that I was going to do, and now we know we made 6. And number two, had I built the covers of my mini album first, and had I gone with these measurements, then all these tabs would have wound up sticking out of my mini album. So I'm really glad that I left the covers for last. We're going to be building the binding, attaching the pages to the binding system, and we're gonna build the covers, and it's gonna look oh so pretty. So for the binding, I decided that I'm going to be using this paper from the very same collection, Cafe Parisian. And yeah, we're going to trim this down to 6 inches. And now it is up to you. You can use regular plain black cardstock, but as you open the pages, this is going to be showing through, so I thought that that would make a really cute attribute. So okay, and for this scrap of binding, I'm just basically going to be using the Hit and Hinge binding system by Kathy Orta. So, which is basically ½ inch, quarter inch, ½ inch, all the way through. Alrighty, so let's start with the ½ inch, ½ inch. Let's do ½ inch, because that's gonna, let's see, that's the fold over, and now I'm gonna go ½ inch again. And now I'm going to do a quarter inch. Okay, so from here to here is a ½ inch. And then from here to here, another ½ inch. And then a quarter inch. So from here to here, ½ inch, ½ inch, quarter inch. I'm going to be cutting at actually 7 1/2. Okay, you know the saying, measure twice, cut once. So let's go ahead and trim this to, let's turn it over, 7 1/2. Okay. So now we are going to take and start folding. That's ½ inch, and just basically fold. You're gonna fold in peaks and valleys, and like so. So it's gonna look something like this. And what we're gonna do over here, we want to use some very strong double-sided tape. Okay. We're going to want to use our red tape, alrighty? Because if this falls apart, then your scrapbook is going to fall apart. So let's go ahead and take care of that. I don't suggest glue because it's going to take a while to put this together. I don't suggest glue. I don't suggest your tape runner because that double-sided tape is not strong enough. You have to use strong double-sided tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And basically what we're gonna do is we are going to tape together the 1/2" parts, okay? That's what's gonna tape together. Alrighty. So now we have our binding system that will hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and it's going to look like this. And now what we're going to do is we are going to add double-sided tape to all of this. So here's something that I want to point out. I know I said not to use glue and all, but because this is such thin tape and I couldn't locate another red tape in my craft room is a mess. And so, because usually you want to do the wider ones, you want to use the wider ones with this. What I've done is I've added my red tape all throughout, and of course I have used my bone folder to ensure that it's on nice and neat. And what I'm going to be doing over here is I'm going to be using my art glitter glue to apply in the spaces in between for a very nice secure fit. Alrighty, so yeah, we're gonna do that, and I have already taken out the tab tags from the sheets, and when you do that, make sure that you keep them in order, okay? So and that you keep this in order. So I'm gonna set these to the side, and now what I'm gonna do is I am going to attach these onto here, okay, one at a time, and I'm gonna begin with the back one. Now there's a trick to doing this, and I learned it through making mistakes and trying to figure things out, okay? Normally, what I used to do, let me open this up. Normally, what I used to do is I used to take my paper and just edge it, sit it all the way down, like this. I used to bring it all the way down and tape it like that or glue it down like that. Now, something happens when you do that. If you put your pages all the way down, once you have your book, they're going to be sticking up. They're not going to be going down like when you want to turn your pages, they're not going to go down so easily because it's attached all the way to the bottom. So what you have to do is, instead of bringing your pages all the way down, kind of like try to leave about 1/8 of an inch if you can. I don't know if you can tell, but try to leave about 1/8 of an inch. And when you do that, and once your scrapbook mini album is put together, it'll be easier for your pages to go down on either side. Okay, and there we have it. We're going to have our notebook, our mini album go like this, like that, like that, like that, and like that. We're going to cut our chipboard at, 5 5/8 by 6 5/8. Okay, so the spine, the chipboard spine is going to be 2 inches.
Because I wanted a smooth matted finish to my covers, I decided to use some black cardstock to cover up my chipboard pieces.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I am going to put it right along here to join the inside piece. And we could just use our glue. This doesn't want to stay. Okay. So let's give it an opportunity to dry a bit before we fold. Because once this is dry, we are then going to gently fold this and crease this area here. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and build another one for this spot right here. Okay, so I have done the inside of the mini album, and now I'm going to, before I put the actual pages in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the outer portion of the mini album. I just basically took my paper, my 12 by 12 paper, and I lined it up like so, and I took my pencil and I made a mark here and a mark there, and those are going to be my cutting marks. One of these is going to go, let me make sure I'm holding it right, like this. Okay, so one of these is going to go here, and the other one is going to go right along there. Okay, see, we're going to give it a very fine black edge. Alrighty, so I'm going to take my trusty glue and super easy to make, and I am going to continue decorating it. See, it's coming along fairly well. The inside